Jean-Paul Sartre, an anti-Semite and Jew, wrote that Jews are not necessary for anti-Semitism. The anti-Semitic tirades of the communist governments of Poland and other Eastern European nations in the 1950s and 1960s suggested that the presence of significant number of Jews in the population was not necessary, or the ravings of the Malaysian Prime Minister in the 1970s and 1980s, when there were no Jews in his country, suggested that hatred did not require a certain percentage of Jews to be present. Fears were displaced on a target: Jews. The sum of an individual or society's fears were projected on the target of the imaginary Jew to promote anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a product of discontent and frustration about local socio-economic issues projected onto the Jew. In Marxist interpretation, anti-Semitism is a displaced hatred of the change produced by capitalism, or hatred of the role played by Jews in the development of capitalism. Hannah Arendt, in her study Origins of Totalitarianism, believed that the alliance between rulers and wealthy Jews at the beginning of the development of nation-states produced anti-Semitism aimed at all Jews. Another historian of anti-Semitism, Saul Friedlander, argued that the powerlessness of Jews made them an ideal target, especially Jews who played a middleman role in economies in Eastern Europe, where Jews were the middleman between peasants and the aristocracy, because they were already a despised minority, just as the Chinese were in Indonesia in the 1960s. Restrictions limited Jews to certain occupations and trades, and local populations came to hate the Jews for their specific roles in the local economies. Jews were always the other in Christian society, and always the potential victim. Cultural attitudes developed in the Middle Ages against Jews remained in the 19th century and merged with the new nationalism as identification with the nation-state replaced Christianity as the core value of European identity. This goes back to the concept of Jews as Christ killers and agents of Satan that became modernized and merged with nationalism in the 19th century in Europe. In the 1480s, the Spanish introduced the concept of purity of the blood to prevent converted Jews or Muslims from rising too high in Spanish society. Some scholars see this idea as the bridge between medieval anti-Semitism based on Jews as Christ killers or satanic evil and modern anti-Semitism. Spanish purity of blood turned Jews from a religion eliminated by conversion into Jewishness as a biological concept, later shared by Hitler, as a way to isolate, not integrate converted Jews into Spanish society. It was a way to separate new Christians from old Christians, a biological concept. Jews were forced to convert or leave Spain in 1492 and forced to convert in Portugal in 1497. In January 2016, the current Pope declared that the Roman Catholic Church no longer considers it part of its mission to convert Jews. Spain has recently announced that descendants of Jews forced to leave Spain in 1492 could apply for Spanish citizenship. Martin Luther hoped that a reformed Christianity would lead to the mass conversion of Jews. When Jews did not immediately rush to become converts, Luther concluded, quote, "Any hope of Jewish redemption rendered vain by evil of the Jewish national character." This idea has been adopted over the last 60 years by Muslim anti-Semites. In the end, Luther wrote against the Jews and their lies, and called for the synagogues to be set on fire, holy books burned, Jews concentrated in a small geographical area, and rabbis should be killed if they continued to teach Judaism. Some of these ideas made their way into Hitler's views and into his actions and played a role in the unwillingness of the Protestant churches in Germany to condemn Hitler's actions against the Jews. Luther portrayed Judaism as the devil, opposed to Reformed Christianity, and Jews as the Antichrist, inherently evil, and in an eternal conflict with God and Christ. These ideas were modernized into Hitler's view of Jews.